couple.
We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. It's the regular meeting for the Bardstown City Council on October the 24th at 7 p.m. So we'll go ahead and get started. Jack, I think you said you really didn't want to say anything, but do you want to make that announcement that you were telling me about?
You can if you want to. Oh,
This is your time.
Okay. On November 7th, the Human Rights Committee has recognizing NAACP for the annual recognition award, which will be at 6 o'clock at the Civic Center. So I hope everybody shows up.
Thank you.
Please come.
Okay, next item on the agenda that we have a number of HRB recommendations. So,
do we have any council people that will be recusing on the HRB?
Yes, please. Will it?
Will it?
Yes.
Well, how about we take that one up last and we'll do these other ones.
Tim, you want to?
I'll do that, Mayor. And the one we're going to be holding out is COA 17-87. We'll deal with that last. COA 1778, 20 Schemes, Inc. Applicant owner requests to install signage at 204 West Broadway Street. Recommendation approval to install proposed signage. COA 17-89, Rachel Miller. Applicant owner requests to paint the doors and ramp at 103 East Stephen Foster Avenue. Recommendation approval to paint the proposed areas on the property black. COA 1790, Rachel Miller. Applicant owner requests to replace the front stoop at 103 East Stephen Foster Avenue. Recommendation approval to replace the front stoop with the proposed materials with the following conditions. Conditions: if the cellar stones are not compatible with as a replacement for the step, then limestone can be used as a step to replace the wood. Applicant must present this to the preservation coordinator for approval. COA 1791, Brandy Morrison. Applicant owner requests to install landscaping at 301-303 West Stephen Foster Avenue. Recommendation approval to install the proposed landscaping. COA 17-92, Brandy Morrison. Applicant owner requests to alter the parking lot at 301-303 West Stephen Foster Avenue. Recommendation approval to alter the parking lot as proposed. COA 17-93, Brandy Morrison. Applicant owner requesting to install two signs at 301-303 West Stephen Foster Avenue. Recommendation approval to install the proposed signs with the following conditions. Condition that the applicant will choose a location for the parking signs, and this will be presented for approval by the preservation coordinator. COA 17-94, Brandy Morrison. Applicant owner requests to install a new roof at 301-303 West Stephen Foster Avenue. Recommendation approval to install proposed materials and colors for the roof.
Okay, thank you, Tim. We have a motion then to approve the previous recommendations for the HRB 17-78, 17-89, 17-90, 17-91, 17-92, 17-93, and 94 with conditions.
So moved, Mr.
We have a
Mayor.
motion by Councilman Buckman. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Copeland. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is carried. Now, Councilman Buckman recused himself for COA 17-86.
COA 17-87, Holden Willett. Applicant owner requests to paint the exterior of 206 East Stephen Foster Avenue. Recommendation approval to paint the house the proposed colors with the following conditions. Conditions: the applicant can choose either of the two colors that were presented at the HRB board meeting for the color of the siding, which is sealed blue or Newport berry blue. Once the applicant has chosen the color, he must present that color to the preservation coordinator.
Thank you, Tim. Have a motion then to approve HRB recommendation on COA 17-87 with conditions.
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Williams, second.
Second.
Second by Councilman Jones. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion's carried. Councilman Buckman back in.
About to go about you.
We don't have any correspondence. Everybody had an opportunity to review the minutes from our October 10th meeting.
Mayor, I'll be recusing myself.
Since you were absent.
Yes, sir.
Motion then to approve, or just by acclamation. Tracy, anything on the financial report as far as the audit, how's that going?
She's still working. We will have a rough draft to by December 1, hopefully before that. By December 1.
She's I guess back in roll, I mean, most of the work, so she's not.
Yeah, she has several audits going on right now.
Okay, thank you. On the ordinance, we have a second reading, someone present that.
Don't have to, on second reading, don't have to introduce it, but,
Would you?
yeah, and Councilwoman Copeland is recusing herself.
Okay. Tim, you gonna?
I'm going to read
Read
that
the
summary.
summary.
Yes, sir. It is ordinance number B 2017-15, an ordinance amending and adopted as amending ordinance number B 2017-09, the City of Bardstown's budget ordinance for fiscal year July 1st, 2017 through June 30th, 2018, whereas an annual budget for fiscal years 2017-2018 was adopted by the City Council of the City of Bardstown on June 27, 2017, and whereas there have been unanticipated changes in both revenues and expenditures during that period of time, now therefore be it ordained by the City of Bardstown that, Section 1, the annual budget for fiscal year 2017-2018 be and is hereby amended as follows. 1. General Fund, increase anticipated revenues from $10,585,030 to $10,733,530 and increase authorized expenditures from $10,478,730 to $10,542,730. 2. Combined utilities funds, increase anticipated revenues from $42,959,500 to $43,059,500 and increase expenditures from $42,674,641 to $42,704,641. Section 2, the annual budget is hereby amended and attached here too, reflecting the above referenced amendments to the general and combined utility funds, revenues and expenditures that comprise the fiscal year 2017-2018 budget for the City of Bardstown. Section 3, all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict hereby are repealed to the extent of that conflict. This ordinance shall be in full force and effect following the publications required by law. This summary was certified by me, Tim Butler, City Attorney.
I have a motion then to approve ordinance number B 2017-15, which is amending our 2017-2018 budget to June 30th, 2018.
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Kelly, second.
Second.
Second by Councilman Shekels. Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, signify by saying, I'm sorry, individually.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
Trying to make this meeting as fast as we can break a record. Don't put too far, Jeff, we might need you a little later.
Yeah, and he's going to get Councilman Copeland.
Okay. Thank you. Matter of fact, we have reports of staff and committees. Jeff, would you like to cover this proposed ordinance?
Yes. There's no action on this tonight. I just wanted to get it in front of you. I'm sorry, it's kind of old school.
He needs one.
Oh, sorry, how did I do that? Sorry. We have a company called Mobility, TIE. They are a microcell, cell phone repeater company, if you will. They install them and then they lease access to anybody that needs cell phone traffic hauled back. Like, say, a T-Mobile or a Sprint. AT&T pretty much does their own thing, but in order for them to operate within the rights of way of Bardstown, per the Kentucky State Constitution sections 163 and 164, they have to obtain a franchise from us. AT&T doesn't need that because they were chartered. They have a grandfathered pre-constitutional charter to operate in our rights of way. So, but anybody else needs a franchise. We just wanted to get this document in front of you because we're going to be bringing it back to you in the next, well, we have 3 opportunities for 2 reads in November. It's nothing urgent on our part, but it's not to be reasonably withheld that we would issue a requesting party a franchise for something like this. But they need a franchise. It's kind of arcane, 1891. It was a long time ago, but that's the law. And so Tim's been in correspondence with Linda Aim on this, and just wanted to get this to the council much in advance.
Yeah, it was my suggestion that you all get this. It's lengthy. Let you all review it and see if you have any questions or anything. And my intent would be, if you have any questions, we could address them before the first regular meeting. Have first read at the first regular meeting, second read at the second regular meeting, and then it would be in effect, kind of shoot for before the end of the year.
Maybe talk about it at the working session.
If there is one.
Vote on it in 2.
Yeah.
And if you see fit that you want to, for some reason, go over it some more, we're in the driver's seat.
And questions, technical questions to Jeff, legal questions to me.
That's all I have, Matt.
Okay. Thank you, Jeff. The next item is under new business. This is the municipal order number M2017-13, marketing and communication specialist. This is basically where we've now made the part-time position, the full-time position that Hannah Bowman is doing now for the city, which, Tim, if you would you read the
Yes, sir.
summary?
Municipal order number M2017-13, marketing and communications specialist job description. Municipal order amending the job descriptions for the city of Bardstown, originally established in municipal order number M2015-16 and amended in municipal orders M2016-04, M2016-09, M2016-19, M2016-20, M2017-10, and M2017-11, whereas the City of Bardstown is created and the City Council has approved a new position listed that will require a new job description, administration, marketing and communication specialist, F-T, full-time. Now therefore be it ordered by the City of Bardstown that the job description attached hereto be adopted in full to represent the true and accurate definition of the position available as an employee of the City of Bardstown.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion then to approve the municipal order number M2017-13 for the marketing and communication specialist. And the job description is attached.
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Sheckler, is that a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Williams, any discussion? All in favor, then signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried. Okay, do any of the council members have anything they want to bring before the council? And
Yes, I have a question.
sure.
A couple years ago, I had visited a city during Halloween, and the big neighborhoods had blocked off the streets where you could only park your car and walk through. is that something that the HOAs in the neighborhoods have to do? Or is that something that they would work together with the city on? Or is that even possible in our city?
The HOAs couldn't do it unilaterally, do it unless it was a private street.
So like the bigger neighborhoods here, being that I'm, I take my grandson out trick or treating, and literally, I mean, people just don't care when they're driving through the neighborhoods, and surely they see me, but it's, we haven't had that happen here, but I almost got ran over. So I'm wondering, is there anything that we can do in the bigger neighborhoods to make them, maybe block it off and let them park and drive, park and walk into the neighborhoods? Is that something that can be done, or is that something that we just would never do?
We block off streets for festivals and events. There's usually a request and then it's approved by the council. So I suppose if the neighborhood came in and said, we're going to do Halloween in our neighborhood and want to close the street for this amount of time, the council could consider that.
I would
But
think
if
you
you
have
have,
to, go ahead.
oh, sorry. But if you had one neighbor complaining that they couldn't get their house, they're dripping their street because of that,
Got a lot of local access, but then you can't do it.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up on Edgewood, and that is just packed. It is a safety
Yes.
situation, but,
They know where the candy is.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be something, perhaps in that city, maybe that particular neighborhood came to the city and requested. I don't know if we'd want to unilaterally dictate that we think
Right.
Edgewood should be blocked off and Maple Hills not, or whatever.
Well, and it's probably, honestly, it's probably a little late for this Halloween, but
Oh, yeah.
there may be something for like, strategic patrol or a slow down sign or something, I don't know, something that can be done like a temporary thing, but, yeah, there's a bunch of issues probably to address there, but probably more could be done, I don't know exactly what.
Okay, just ask.
That's when you just make a general statement. We ask everybody to be careful, drive slowly through the neighborhoods on Halloween night.
Yeah.
And I would, along
should do that.
that same line, I would.
You're right.
Also, the community Halloween event that's been held for the last several years, it used to be at Dean Watts Park, it moved to Death Row Opportunity Center a few years ago, it'll be held again at Death Row Opportunity Center, I think 6 o'clock. And then I think after the public event, I think they're having a private party there for the employees at the Death Row Center. But it's open to the public, I think, from 6 to 8. So if you want somewhere safe and without a lot of traffic, you head out to the Death Row Opportunity Center. And that's an event that a lot of local businesses participate in. They set up their own tables, pass out food and treats for the children. So it's a nice event. Looks like the weather's going to be a little cool, so if you got some really young ones that you don't want to be out in the cold over there, be taken care of.
I'll go to the police party.
Yeah, they like to, they have karaoke planned and stuff, and they have a great time.
Maybe they'll let us stick around.
Any other councilman have anything they'd like to comment on? Well, I know most everybody here this evening probably has a question in their mind about the resignation we had earlier today. Chief Walker, all I can say is that it took all of us by surprise. Greg, when he came in this morning, he found a copy of the resignation letter in his mail basket outside of his office. There was one on my desk, and I think Chuck went there, one on Chuck Montgomery's desk. It was pretty simple. We've already released the letter and statement to the press, but it was a 2-sentence resignation that he was tendering his resignation immediately and turned in all his city-issued equipment and uniforms and so forth. We are attempting to get in touch with Chief Walker in hopes that we find out maybe what reasons there were for his resignation. As best as we all could tell, I met twice today with Chuck and other command staff, and I think the entire department were taken by surprise. There was no professional or personal issues that we love, that no conflicts within the city, no conflicts within administration and the department. I met with Chief last week. Same day I met with Chief Cressig to ask them both, for an update as we prepared for our joint city-county luncheon. And, he was focusing on the ISO survey that we hope to do early next year, and the next recruiting class that we have for volunteers. And he was very pleased with the current class that just recently got certified. So the reason at this point is unknown, and I think it'd be speculation on our part to suggest what we might think it might be about. But hopefully we'll hear something in the next couple of days, perhaps. In the meantime, we will be putting together a search committee, like we recently did for the chief's position, and start our search and go on. I'm very happy, though, that Chuck has agreed to serve as interim chief. I think you've served in that capacity twice before. So appreciate you stepping up, and I have all the confidence in the world that we'll be fine in the short term with his command staff, and we're fully staffed in that regard as far as our shifts and so forth. So I don't think we've got anything to be concerned with the operation of the fire department. But at this point, that's all I can share with you. If anybody has any other questions, we'd be happy to try to answer them. I think we've been reached out both to the media here, so if we get anything better or more inclusive, we'll certainly bring you up to speed as we know it. So, anything else?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I'd just like to, Chief, thanks for Mr. Helm being locked up on, our little guy downtown.
Yes, sir.
Happened to be one of our cameras that got his full view there, but it's nice that social media and so forth participated.
That was truly the definition of community-oriented policing, with the police and the community coming together and in conjunction with the cameras. It was that's definition of community policing. So within 24 hours, we had a dangerous criminal behind bars. So worked out great.
I think there were lots of different businesses around town. If they knew who the guy was, they had him on their cameras.
Yes.
Good work.
Yeah, he does some damages and vehicles drive. I think your cameras are better. Right now, we're looking to upgrade ours.
Well, they kind of expedited getting, I think they changed 5 or 6 street lights in the alleys and so forth, so it kind of jump-started a little bit there too.
Yeah, well, good work, Chief, and please share that with your department. Okay, anyone else got any other comments? Well, then the last thing we do is we have some cemetery deeds. We have Donald Alberry for 2 graves, Curtis McKinney for 1 grave, Gina Bramlett for 2 graves, Billy Freeman 1 grave, Catherine Freeman 1 grave, and Mark Johnson 1 grave, and Courtney Lewis for 1 grave. Approve that by unanimous consent. Thank you. Do we have any other announcements on, made the announcements for the community Halloween that will be on Friday night, not Tuesday night. So be prepared for Tuesday night as well, before we come into your house.
So this is going to be it's not going to be Tuesday, it's going to be this Friday night
I'm just saying that the community Halloween
downtown.
is going to be at the Guthrie Opportunity Center. I'm assuming there'll be kids that night, but I think kids will probably be out on the 31st too, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they will. Candy's candy.
I know a few that will.
I'll be out.
I think Friday is also the downtown, the spooktacular, the Main Street does, I think, also.
So it's better to have it open.
And I have an announcement too. Just one more time, this is the last time y'all have to hear about this, but this is Domestic Violence Month. And Thursday, we're having a Purple Purse Challenge luncheon, noon at my old Tucky Home Country Club. And we have someone that's sitting right here in this room that will be speaking at the luncheon. So I hope that you can attend and support this. It's important that elected officials and even members of the city have an awareness of this, what the needs are, and how important it is. Our policemen and the Nelson County Sheriff Department work really hard. You know, there's a lot of EPOs, and we're one of the counties that have one of the highest EPOs. But we're also the county that doesn't have a state certified shelter. And that advocate works many counties to, you know, make sure that the need is met and the call is answered. And that may be at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then you got to drive to Elizabethtown. So I hope you come out and hear, you know, the information at hand, some of the testimonies. Christy Clark from Mammy's, that's from the bottom up. I mean, she is a very successful woman today. And so I hope you come out and hear their information at hand. So, and Bunko is Friday from 6 to 8 at St. Monica's Church. So, thank you, that's it.
Thank you, Keisha. Okay, anything else? If not, then I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Councilman Williams,
Second.
Councilman Kelly, any discussion? All in favor? Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you. Thank you.